and welcome to the another course. This is course for data science for engineers. My name is Mukesh Prajapat and I will teach you what is data sciences and how to deal with the data science, which is the future of our next generation algorithms and our programmings. So the first question arises in our mind is what is actually a data science? So the data science is the science of analyzing raw data using statistics and machine learning techniques, which is also known as ML or deep learning, or you can say the self-learning algorithms with the purpose of drawing conclusions about that information. So what that line means, it means if we have any problem and we could generate its algorithms or the self-learning algorithms, we can just collect the data or the modify that particular data for our perspective or for our desired outcomes. Okay, so as you all know, the data science is used in many industries to allow them to make better business decisions and in the science to test models and theories. This particular line means that as we all know, in the business or in the corporate sector, they always collects the data from their of their products from the community like us, and they improved their products for our on the behalf of their our data which was collected by them. This required a process of inspecting, a cleaning of data, inspecting of data, transforming a particular data, modeling of data, and analyzing and interpreting a raw data. Okay. By this, we just thought what is actually a big data. We can, in general manner, we can say the big data, as it already said about its pronunciation. Big data literally means large amount of data or the huge amount of data. Okay, big data is the pillar behind the idea that one can make useful inference with a large body of data that wasn't possible before with smaller data sets. So we cannot make useful decisions, or we cannot interpret our idea with the smaller data sets of that particular algorithms. With big data, it has possible. So extremely large data set may be analyzed um, computational to reveal patterns, trends, and associations that are not transparent or easy to identify. So big data basically collects in the form of patterns or in trends or in associations, so that we can easily read, or we can easily identify that particular data in the smaller data sets of that particular big data. So why we need to study big data, or why we require to understand the big data? Because we really need it. So as you all know, or as we are seen around us, the big data is in everywhere. Okay, so enormous amount of data are being collected or stored in the world. And as you go on the e-commerce website like Flipkart, Amazon, our web data, or our every clicking of that particular mouse point data has been collected or stored in that particular servers. Point of sale at a store, bank transactions, our bank transaction data also got collected and stored in their servers. Social network sites like the um, Facebook, WhatsApp, and other social network siting are also collected data and stored in their particular servers. Besides of that, but social data, we have also real-time data, which is also useful for our engineers, especially the all kind of engineers, especially the chemical engineers, mechanical engineers, and so on. Material, these kind of data, which is also known as real-time data, is also used for material formulations and designs for that particular project, molecular simulations is also used a big amount of data to be read that out or to be identified. So what the term referring as a big data or how much is a big data. So we are taking example of a famous search engine known as Google. So Google processes 20 petabyte of data per day according to the study of 2008. As you all know, the Facebook has 2.5 petabyte of user data plus 15 terabytes processed by it in every day according to 2009 data. eBay has 6.5 user data and so on. CERN's Large Hadron Collider generates 15 petabyte a year. So why we need to study data sciences? Because as we all know that Internet of Things or basically known as IoT has just introduced by ourselves to our human beings. So Internet of Things really requires to collect the data and study of data or the storing in data. So we have to understand the term IoT for the better understanding of data sciences. So what is an IoT? IoT is information from anywhere, like we can gain information from every corner of particular world and information from anything. It is basically means we can gather information from any devices like we have introduced the IoT freezer, refrigerator, IoT, LCDs, LEDs, and so on. This particular data or um, on IoT has accessible to our human beings. It is also queryable and organized by IoT or organized by the particular server used in Internet on Things equipments. It also leads us to uncover interconnections and patterns that were not possible to derive before the Internet IoT things has arrived. In that particular data sciences, it will use or it will help us to understand the Internet of Things, algorithms for deriving useful information about state of equipment and the process. So data sciences basically generates algorithms for the lots of kind of things. Internet of Things is one of them. So it uses the algorithms to deriving information of that statement of equipment and the process which we are going to use in that particular equipment. It has also all-weather algorithms for all kind of problems. We can use data sciences for all kind of problems to generate algorithms or to generate codes. It is also a self-learning, or you can say the algorithms is some of algorithms are self-learning, known as the machine learning also, and deep ML. AI, artificial intelligence, is also a kind of self-learning algorithms. In kind of engineering perspective, if we sees these data sciences in engineering perspective, how can we use data sciences as per the engineering perspective? We can use data sciences for productivity of a new product of our or a new um, idea of productivity of that particular object. We can also use data for the profitability of our product used by the citizens or the customers. We can also use data science or the data collected for our safety perspective of that particular product in engineering perspectives. So data science, we need to some essentials that data science is not collecting data or the discovering. So collecting data does not means discovering. Okay, data should lead the value propositions, the science, or we can say the art of converting collected data to useful knowledge is called data science. So data science is also can refer as the converting. It is converting the collected data into the how can we use that particular collected data to our useful data is also known as data science. So data science is basically categorized in three particular um, subdomains. It is also known domain knowledge, which we basically it is a kind of it is a kind of problems we have to done in this particular course. So it has categorized in domain knowledge, then it comes to statistics and machine learning, and then it comes to software. So statistics and machine learning can also done without domain knowledge. But in that particular course we will um, always going through domain knowledge to statics and machine learning, and then we will move on to the software. So what is the objective of this course? As you all know, this is the first course on data science. We will introduce participants to programming language for data science, and how to program or how to write algorithms for particular data science. We will introduce participants to mathematical fundamentals from data science focused perspective. So we can solve the particular mathematical derivation or particular mathematical questions in that collected data or from the data science. Data science mainly varies person to person. So we will also describe the typology of data science problems over here. It is leads me to a new concept that we will describe a conceptual framework for solving data science problem, which means we will construct a conceptual framework for a problem, and that conceptual framework will can use it for the many problems as our required. We will describe also commonly used data science algorithms for on this course, provide a practical orientation through a Kapton case study in data analytics. In the last, we will also do a case study of data analytics. Before the course start, I would like to know the pre-course material on R programming, which is a platform of this data science. We will use the platform R Studio in this particular course. So pre-course material on R programming will be provided. So participants should be expected to do work through that prior to attending this course. And in the last, I would like to come the what are the abilities which we gain after this course, or what we can do after done that course. So outcomes of this course, we can describe the flow process of data science problems, also known as remembering the how the data flows, how it collects, how can we just remembering the data or recollecting the data, or we can store the particular data. So it will we can also describe a flow process of data science. Okay, so flow process. Second is classify data science problems into standard typology. As we known before, the data science is varies person to person of its definition. After this course, we will also develop the R course for data science solutions. We can correlate results to the solution approach, and we can also identify modifications or validate an approach if we don't like the outcomes as per our required. So we can also modify our data for the desired outcomes. And in the last, it is a prerequisite for more advanced machine learning course that will follow this course, because it is the basic data science course we are going to for a more advanced machine learning course, and the more advanced machine learning course will follow this course. And at this, I am come to the end of this disclaimer or this a lecture. In the next lecture, we will cover the R studio or R programming over before we getting started with data sciences. So stay tuned to us. Good night and bye bye.